哎，我的声音算有一点点，真的是一点点回来了。算有点小小的开心啊，小小。
So, what's new? Uh-oh. Quinn's finally gone feral.
You're not far off.
You wanna talk about it?
Nope.
You do know how to shut down a conversation.
All part of the hustle, Sylvia. Gotta know when to put your foot down.
来了来了，这就是我要的，最终推向15%。我不知道它跟原本的5%是不是可以共同一起放。如果说可以的话，那其实总和加起来很高。
I have hustle. I do.
Let's put your skills to use, shall we? Boxer's breath is terrible today. He's overdue for a teeth cleaning, and that's a 2-person job.
It kind of looks like you got this.
Easy, right? Now you try. I'm just gonna need you to get the molars.
The molars? Like, all the way in the back.
I'll keep him calm. It'll be fine.
The teeth in the back aren't really molars. They're more like rear fangs.
Just get a move on, Sylvia. You won't hold this pose forever.
I was half expecting you to pull a prank.
Too risky. Once Boxer tastes human blood, he's hyper for hours. Plus, then he'd have rotting meat in his teeth, which smells, thereby defeating the whole purpose.
And also, you wouldn't want him to maim me.
Also that.
As distractions go, it was a good one, but not quite good enough. Now, are you going to tell me what's wrong, Blight Roach?
You're the Blight Roach, not me. I'm something big and terrifying, with spikes and laser eyes.
And deflective powers.
Fine, I'll talk. It's not even a big deal. Lately, I've been trying to get a better handle on my powers. I'm thinking I could maybe steer them in a specific direction. Like, if I wanted to see certain people in particular, people I had a connection to, even at a great distance. I feel like that's something I should be able to figure out.
I can see how that would be good for business.
Yeah, sure. But I was also thinking maybe I could find out what my parents are up to. It's a dumb idea, I know.
It's a good idea. Seeing them might give you some closure.
It's a moot point. I can't seem to zero in on them. That squid vine I ate just showed me some random merperson. Then I started getting all these visions of you, or else random heroes. Funny. In some ways, my powers being useless is the best revenge.
What was the deal with your parents and your powers?
I was the first witch in the family to have any sort of mental magic. Nobody was sure what to make of it. I'd have these fits as a kid. I'd sort of check out mentally. And when I came back to myself again, I'd know all sorts of weird stuff. Stuff about our neighbors, or the male person, or the guy my mother was seeing on the side. It freaked me out. My parents, though, they only heard the clinking of coins. Blackmail, industrial espionage, political spycraft. They had all sorts of ideas. But I couldn't control my abilities well enough. I still can't. My guess is I'll get a glimpse of them when I least expect it. That's just how it seems to work.
That sounds nerve-wracking.
It's not ideal, but what is? At least I'm not alone with it.
Aww.
I was talking about Boxer, obviously.
Sure you were.
You know what? I think you might need to brush his tongue next. I'll just loom behind you and supervise.
Quinn's given up on focusing their powers. But there must be a potion that could help.
看到好贵哦，天啊！好了，算了啦，这些钱。
Jerry 09 Mama Dino Dance, Jerry 09 MA Dance.
咋那么高？
I hope you can overlook the throbbing vein in my temple, Sylvia. Generally, I'm quite good at keeping my composure when upset, but that vein will betray me every time. Seeing you, of course, is the greatest balm I could ask for. Stay for a spot of tea? I'm brewing some as we speak. Careful, it's hot. It's an interesting variety I found at the marketplace. It was quite inexpensive, and it also varnishes brooms. Sugar helps.
The tea is great. But why don't you tell me what got you upset?
As a matter of fact, I'm just back from seeing Quinn.
Yeah, Quinn can have that effect.
I know they're a friend of yours, so I thought of them when it came time to sell the bits I'd harvested from that forest slime. And would you believe Quinn offered me next to nothing for my goods?
You want me to talk to Quinn? Maybe rough him up a bit for you?
Well, it's kind of you to offer, but I'm not sure you'd win that tussle. Anyway, Quinn isn't the problem. I saw 3 other merchants and they all gave me a similar quote. Low-level monster guts just aren't worth all that much, and they're worth less every day as we gain access to more potent and dangerous reagents. I did the math, Sylvia. A hero would have to bag 30 of these things to afford a single meal.
Well, you're used to pretty exorbitant meals. But I take your point. It's hard work to be a hero.
I knew it was hard work. I knew it was dangerous work. I had naively assumed the compensation would reflect that.
So, heroes don't get any sort of salary?
The guild pays each hero a token stipend. The sum is so small it's mostly a formality. The bulk of a hero's income is meant to come from quest fees and from the loot they sell. That can be lucrative, in theory. Every once in a while, a hero will stumble upon a genuine treasure trove. But statistically speaking, they're twice as likely to be struck by lightning, and 3 times as likely to be implanted with a subcutaneous X-sac. And then, of course, if they do strike gold, the guild always gets a substantial cut.
It sounds like the solution is simple. The smaller the guild's cut, the more gold you're putting in the pockets of the heroes.
If only it were as easy as that. Alas. The Heroes Guild is a for-profit enterprise. It's a machine designed to generate revenue, and to put that revenue into the hands of the stakeholders.
Meaning your family.
That's right. They've invested quite a lot to get this chapter up and running. An endeavor such as this, it isn't inexpensive. And they expect to see a significant return on their investment. So far, everything appears to be on track. If the guild is a machine, then it is a very efficient one. Therefore, from the company's point of view, nothing at all is wrong. Everything is working precisely as intended. Voluntarily reducing our profit in order to enrich our contractors? Out of the goodness of our hearts? It simply isn't done. It flies in the face of the company's entire purpose.
But morale is obviously important to you, even if there isn't a line for it on the company ledgers.
That's the truth, and it's the crux of my dilemma. But while I don't yet have any answers, I feel hopeful. After all, it's only after a problem's been identified that it can be resolved. The trick now is simply to find the common ground. That's the best way to ensure everyone comes away satisfied.
I can see how that philosophy could work for me, too.
You're already doing it! After all, you and I come from different worlds. But you have always felt like a kindred spirit.
You're sweet. I like that about you.
I am happy that you enjoy it. And if you like sweetness, perhaps I can get you a bit more sugar for your tea? I notice you haven't touched it, and I feel we should drink it down quickly, before it melts my good porcelain.
I wonder what vacations are like.
Greetings, Sylvia. How's business? I trust you're not letting that ghoulish little girl get to you.
Anubia? She's unnerving, but I'm not too worried.
Good. That's good. Because someone needs to take that little upstart down a peg.
I guess you're not a fan?
A fan? Of an outsider coming to my home and acting like she owns the place? I should say not. I've traveled extensively. I've seen her grand empire for myself. It's a sterile, cinder-block dystopia, a monument to mass production. Her factories spew bile into the air and the seas, and the people accept it because in the short term, their lives are comfortable.
And that's what she wants to do to Rafta?
Her large-scale business model requires it. There must always be a new market. Success is defined as growth, not equilibrium. But she's made a dire mistake coming here. Rafta doesn't need another queen.
That's right! You took down the last one!
Something like that, yes.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to dredge up the past. I only meant to say that Anubia can only grab as much power as people are willing to give her. Whatever her other ambitions might be, I'm not going to let her dominate the potions market. Merp.
Very good. That's what I was hoping to hear. I like you, Sylvia. You know your place. Good luck out there.
I know my place? What's that supposed to mean?
I think the boy's gotten a bit big for his britches.
I was never a fan, you know. All he has to do to sell a potion is flash his dimples and bat his eyelashes. The rest of us work for a living.
Wait, is that why you have such an issue with him? Because you were competitors and he got all the attention? Oh my gosh! You're super jealous of him, aren't you?
I had dimples too, you know.
安安。给我来一杯长智力的。
长智力的就法力药剂啊，应该是没问题啊。今天早安。
咕噜咕噜。 你好点了吗？
哦，现在能清楚听到我的声音，基本上应该算有好很多。能清楚听得到我在讲什么话，那就代表说有好很多。不然按照昨天跟前天的情况下，昨天是听得清楚，前天是听不清楚。
那有人放假就生病了，闲不下来的命耶。
我不知道哦，那是突然间这样下去，我不知道为什么。长智力的应该就是这个瓶中智慧，好像有现成。这款强效配方撬开你的第三只眼，揭示自然与神秘的秘密，算长智力的吧。我是有听说有个说法，我是有听说一个说法是，当你压力一旦释放下去之后，就会生病。压力起来跟压力下去的时候，突然间很多事情忙，然后突然压力起来之后，很容易会生病。然后另外一种情况就是，
对，没错。
当你没有事了，当你事情全部忙完了，压力瞬间卸下去的时候，那个时间段也会生病。我知道是有这两种情况。
你松懈了，身体的防卫作用降低。
Sylvia, I was thinking about you earlier. Although not just you. To be honest, I've had a fair bit on my mind. I'm still puzzling out how to best serve the guild, how best to serve its people.
Oh?
Contemplation is a good look on you. I like a bit of thoughtful intensity on a man.
Oh, I don't know. Brooding is fine in moderation, but I wouldn't like my face to get stuck that way. And sometimes a step back is the way forward. I'm sure you've already realized the
有一
value of
种
an
投片
occasional
不错，你不
strategic
排斥的
withdrawal.
话，去买来韩。
可以看看，
我拍给你看。
可以。讲到猴片，我这段时间基本上都是吃薄荷口香糖，我家没猴片。有啦，旁边是有一包华达润喉糖，可是那个是我上次确诊的时候拿的。距离我上次确诊2-3年了吧？我觉得没病，那个吃下去有没有？现在顶多就是喉病而已，这个吃下去变成是全身都病。我觉得不行，2-3年的2-3年的那个华达，我觉得不行，那吃下去应该出事。
药局就有，
应该蛮常见的，我来去看看。行啊，可以啊。
Yeah, I know just what you mean.
Good. Because as pressing as the guild business feels, it can, in fact, wait. There's something else I'd like to discuss today, if you're amenable. Let's find a quiet spot.
我是礼拜天的时候买了一盒布洛芬，讲白一点，布洛芬就是那个
它有消炎作用，
消炎止痛药。这片布洛芬里面总共10片，10锭，我吃到剩2锭。你要说有没有效果，我还真的不知道到底有没有效果。应该说喉咙肿这种东西吃消炎药到底消不下去，我都不知道。
Keep an eye out for slimes, would you? As we have learned, it's scarcely worth the effort to smite them. But I would hate to get any sludge on our shoes.
Are we looking for bigger monsters?
We're only looking for a bit of privacy. Sylvia, your advances have not gone unnoticed, nor have they been unwelcome. There's a charming boldness in you that engenders boldness in me. I find you utterly delightful, Sylvia. I cherish your willingness to try new things and to join me on my little adventures. Above all else, I'm in awe of your generosity of spirit and your refusal to bow to hardship. You are frankly unlike anyone I've known. And you inspire me to be better in every way. So, I was wondering, hoping really, would you like to be romantically involved? With me, I mean.
哇，那所有人里面，巴蒂斯特最直接的。
Heck yeah, I want to be involved with you. Do you want to be involved with me?
Ha! There's that bullish charm I so adore. Yes, Sylvia. Yes, I should be very honored by that. But, be gentle. I've never really been romantically involved before.
That just means this is another new experience we get to enjoy together.
Marvelous! Where do we begin? Shall we go on a proper date?
I've got some ideas. You liked that cheap coffee and the cheap tea. How do you feel about cheap ramen?
I can't say for certain, but I can tell you I'm intrigued.
Well, hold on to your coattails, baby. Because I make the cheapest ramen there is.
Oh, I am so on board for this!
其实我一直在寻找一种游戏，像这种 RPG 类型，然后你又可以很讲究里面的那些炼金、打怪身上的素材可以拿来炼金干嘛那类的，或者拿来烹煮那类的。我只是在想，这种一款这么多样化的，很难找，我觉得很难找。你像大部分的游戏，你在怪身上打到了那些素材，多半都是拿去卖的。可能偏向于现在的游戏导向越来越接近像速食类型吧。
有啊。
我记得我上次知道一个是上古卷轴 Online， 其他的我还在想，莱莎吗？炼金术工坊那一整个系列的，其实我没有太研究，我没有买任何一款了。我有玩的也就手机版而已。这块土地，天哪！
我只有玩过莱莎2。
莱莎2哦，那也是最著名的其中一款。那怎么讲？以我目前有接触到那种
还不错，但很浓。
线上 RPG 那类的，大部分都不会太过于着重在炼药上面，因为主要的问题也在于是那些东西。
莱莎3部曲可以试试。
对，这个东西用买就可以买到，大部分是线上游戏，线上 RPG 类型，他们都是要那种东西，水就只用买就好了，很少人会去练，会去做。简单说，大部分人都愿意成为
有打到骨折的话再入手，
买的那一方。很多办法买的那一方，对，大部分都宁愿就是刷钱去成为买的那一方。
炼药系统不错。
我还迷炼药这种东西的。其实贯通全部看下来，可以发现我喜好的东西基本上都在同一条线上面。以 Steam 的游戏里面来看，烹饪哦这边不少，然后酿酒我这边也不少，然后炼金游戏就这一款跟另外一款吧，然后在还有一个是什么韦德模拟器啊？韦德模拟器那边我也有，但我只有一款，我没有买2代，2代我觉得有点糟。
我会觉得浓是要浓材料炼药。
我觉得浓材料炼药这个可能在我身上不是太大的问题。哎，等等，这一点我觉得在我身上应该不是太大的问题。哈哈，我想一下，我今天想卖哪几瓶出去？我觉得今天一定要卖，今天不卖不行。我钱快被我花完了。提高解药的价格。我这边有好多瓶的解药。你最主要的是这个触感、触觉、味觉、触觉、味觉、听觉。触觉、味觉跟听觉。这个没有触觉，但它有味觉跟听觉，它可以把味觉跟听觉压过去，然后补一个视觉上去。那我选这个。然后我今天只要卖解药嘛，我去买一些解药的价值哦。我这边总共几瓶啊？看一下。5、6、7瓶，一瓶要6次，这6瓶。解药我已经有2个价值，那就没差了。
I shall make a confession, Sylvia, now that we are away from the ears of the marketplace. In all my many months spent in Rafta, I have not yet made time to admire its most famous landmark.
Hey, you've been busy, right?
Nay, gentle Sylvia, make no excuses for me. Say instead that we shall rectify this problem. For rectify it we shall, together. This very day, this very moment! Because it is right over there, you see it? Tut, I do not know what to think, Sylvia. I do not know how to feel. My gut is a swirl of indistinct emotions, like fish beneath the ice. On the one flipper, this statue is unquestionably an impressive display of prowess. On the other, it represents an ugly history.
What history is that?
The story goes that this statue was erected by many hands under much duress. They say Maven turned her great mental powers on the people, that she wielded them as tools. And thus, the crux of my confusion. Can I admire the artwork in isolation from the context of its creation?
可以，不行，我不知道。哈哈，经典的三句回答，可以，不行，我不知道。哈哈，脱离其创造背景，不行。
No, context is important for understanding art.
Ha! Well said, Sylvia! I find myself in agreement. After all, the things we create do not come from nowhere. We leave our mark on all that we bring into being. And it would be the height of hubris to think we do so apart from our circumstances and lived experience. Not to mention the continued influence exerted by those who came before us, whether they are living or dead. And so, I find I cannot see beauty in a creation that is tainted by such ego and cruelty as this. At best, perhaps I can learn from its technical proficiency. If nothing else, it is impressive in that regard.
You're pretty impressive yourself.
I bet you could do better with the right resources.
You flatter me, I think. Yet, you also inspire my competitive spirit. So if you find yourself in possession of 300 tons of granite, I should be happy to try to outdo it. And what a feat that would be, eh? To match its balance of formal elements. To find such an impactful use for anti-gravity enchantments.
Sounds like you could teach a class on this stuff.
I would rather do than teach, and I would much rather outdo than imitate. It is intimidating, however, the thought of creating some great work in a land where it will be compared to this one. Fortunately, I have developed a tough skin for critics. That is necessary in our line of work, is it not? To fortify our egos. To reinforce our very souls against undeserved hostility.
I can take anything they throw at me.
Good! Then let us return now to our own endeavors. I do not like how this statue's eyes seem to follow us.
Tell me more about yourself. I'm curious.
Oh, sure. I have a copy of my CV that you can take with you. It lists everything. Degrees, internships. It basically starts in kindergarten and keeps going.
哦，你要讲说那些资历不重要，他爸会被呛吧？他最重要，他最重视这些东西，说那些不重要。
That's good information to have if we're going to be in business together.
I know, right? You get it.
But I'm also curious about you as a person. What's your story?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, where to begin?
Well, Are you new to town?
Oh, yes. I've only been here a few months. I'd been working for a big marketing firm on the mainland, and I was really good at it. But I wanted to branch out and do my own thing. Spread my wings a little, you know? And there's no better place for that than Rafta. I don't have to tell you that, though, do I? We're both here to find success on our own terms. I confess I know quite a bit about you. I do my homework on potential clients, you see.
Ooh, my very own stalker. I like it.
Sylvia! Don't tease me, I'll blush. I only did some light digging. It's good business sense to know who I'm going to be working with. But more than that, I think of marketing at its best as a tool for elevating worthy people and ideas. You might not be the most lucrative or stable client I could pursue.
Hard to argue with that.
But you have so much potential for success, Sylvia. You've got skill and ambition, and from what I can tell, you like what you do. If I can help give you a boost towards success, then I feel like I'm using my own talents for good, and maybe even having a positive impact on your life.
That's refreshingly big-hearted.
Oh, don't be fooled. I can be a total mercenary when I need to be. But I'll work hard for you, Sylvia, if you'll let me. I'll even give you more pointers in case they're helpful. For instance, as young business owners, we have stressful lives. But keep in mind, stress doesn't have to be a bad thing. You don't have to let the anxiety of the job sweep you away. You can lean into it and ride it like a wave instead.
A positive spin on stress? I like that.
Helping people see things in a new light is all a part of the job. And I'm good at what I do. I mean, just look at that CV, Sylvia. It's a thing of beauty.
我现在还蛮希望它有套组，它有卡组套组，这样我可以把它分类给一份一份弄起来。那不然这样很麻烦，看这样麻烦的要死。每当你想试新的套组，就要把其他现有套组给拆掉，然后再重组一张新的出来。然后等到你讲完回去的时候，你还要再把它摘掉，来重新再装回去。看，他妈的，我最讨厌就玩。但这种卡牌类型游戏的时候，你那个卡牌你要自己一直不停重组，他妈这个俩工欸。 看烂 RNG， 他妈一开始就直接给你海底捞玩个屁！给了他给的机会，这里就算长，他整体下来给的机会，这个时间这里算长了。看，那他妈海底捞什么办法？ 啊他妈！你要么是不来，他妈一来就给我来3张。然后说一切绿牌的他妈都在你那个。
That's all of them, for now.
Can you sense it in the air? Grand things are afoot. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that tomorrow is the beginning of a bold new era for the Heroes Guild.
Okay, I'll bite. What's up?
Ice cream first, my Duchess. Then business. I always order the newest flavor. In fact, I think I've become something of a guinea pig for the ice cream maker. I'm certain I was the only one in town who ordered the Stingray Surprise.
That's brave of you.
More brave than you realize. My mother might disown me if she knew. She's the heiress to the world's largest vanilla dynasty. In my family, chocolate is forbidden. Strawberry is sacrilege. I'll admit not every flavor is a winner, but I've had enough vanilla for a lifetime. And now that we're dating, you can have a taste of my dessert whenever you're curious. I'd even pick the stingers out for you first.
Such a gentleman.
Guilty as charged. But enough about ice cream. I lured you here with the promise of news. I believe I finally found a solution to my dilemma. A way to alleviate some of the financial stress burdening my heroes. Or have you figured it out already?
Are you cutting costs around the guild hall? A tighter overhead budget would free up money for other uses.
You know, I like that idea quite a lot. In fact, I like it so much that it's the very first thing I tried upon my arrival. Any unnecessary fat has long since been trimmed. Otherwise, you wouldn't catch me dusting quite so often.
Okay, I'll bite. What's your idea?
I'll tell you! It's education, Sylvia! Starting tomorrow, I shall be giving a series of lectures aimed at demystifying venture capitalism. Therefore, empowering my people to grow their capital through the judicious application of first-class investment strategies.
Oh boy.
I know, it's a mouthful, but don't worry. I'll be peppering the seminar with ribald jokes just to keep them interested.
Listen, sweetie.
Uh-oh. I like the term of endearment, but not the inflection you gave it.
The thing about investing money is that you have to have money to invest. It's a great way to make the rich richer, but for those of us struggling just to get by...
Oh, I see. All the investment tips in the world won't help if you don't have two coins to rub together. What a shame. I was so looking forward to leading a seminar. Although this might explain why the sign-up sheet remains empty.
I'd be up for hearing your rebel jokes.
I haven't written any yet. Locker room talk isn't my strength. But I did take the time to draft up a new coupon for you. I trust that effort, at least, was not wasted.
Well, this definitely alleviates my financial burdens.
Nice to know I still have some good ideas. It's within my power to fix the guild's problems, Sylvia. I'm sure of that. But I am baffled on the how of it. I clearly have some more thinking to do, but I have figured out one thing. You are a wonderful sounding board, and I don't take that for granted. Not for a moment, and not one bit.
As you can see, I've hit the ground running with my new enterprise. But cash flow is still a minor issue. Care to help me box up a few things for the pawn shop? Unless you'd rather just stand there and gawk.
Wait a minute. Is this my uncle's stuff you're planning to sell?
Whatever gave you that idea?
This broom polo trophy for most combative player has my uncle's name right on it.
Well, now I see where you got your argumentative streak.
Oh, whatever. It's not like I was using any of this. And I don't want to be tripping over Oswald's old junk any more than you do.
I could certainly use a bit more elbow room down here. And yet, I shouldn't like to get too comfortable. It's more than a little embarrassing, you know, running a business out of someone else's basement.
Who cares what people think? If they judge you, it's more a reflection on them.
Bravo, Sylvia! I dare say I agree with you. Although in our line of work, we do have to at least pretend to give a care. After all, the key to a successful sale often comes down to making your customer feel welcome, wanted. Butter them up with a bit of flattery and they'll open their wallets. Believe me.
我操，还得有这一手哦，这个我要喽。
Yeah, I can do that. Although, it's a little bit manipulative, isn't it?
Ah, you're catching on. Who says you can't teach an old slob new tricks?
No one. Literally no one says that.
Regardless, I think you'll agree that such pearls of wisdom are worth a few square feet of basement. Not to mention the access you now have to enchantments. I'm quite skilled at the craft. And I assure you, this time around, the services I'm offering are legitimate.
Why weren't you using these skills to begin with?
Frankly, the margins on potion making are better. Enchanting requires a plethora of ingredients, usually rare ones. Whereas when you're making potions, you can simply throw any number of things into a pot.
That might be true if you're making a fake potion. The real thing is more complicated than that.
Sure, you know the difference. The average consumer, not so much. In fact, it's thanks to my talent for enchanting that I was able to fool so many for so long. My potions were little more than water and dyes, but the bottles they came in, oh, that's where the real magic was all along. So just imagine the results you could get combining my skills with your own. Go on, imagine it. I'll wait.
You've won me over, hottie. I confess I'm feeling enchanted already.
You know, if you wanted to flatter me, you might have tried throwing our match. Now focus, please. My eyes are up here. It occurs to me that despite my better judgment for the time being, we're in this together. As long as I'm operating out of your basement, I will benefit from your success, and vice versa. So let's put all the nastiness away and try to get along, shall we?
Yeah, I was never really all that nasty though, was I?
Dear thing, if this arrangement is to have any chance of working, you really must stop setting up such tantalizing put-downs. Business is booming, Sylvia. So much so that this little supply run has proven necessary. I'm perilously low on gemstones, so keep an eye out for all that glitters. There, success! I should have everything I need. He even threw in a free pair of earrings. I'll have to remove the casing, but the stones will be of use.
How did you do that? He warmed up faster than ramen on a fire rune.
I only turned on the charm a little, batted my lashes, laughed at his jokes. It works every time, whether you're buying or selling.
Okay, I'm not above trying that. And hey, speaking of flattery, I gotta say, I'm impressed. You're doing good work, Roxanne. Glad it's paying off.
Yes, I've made strides in a short time. And to think, I've done it all on my own.
Well, I'm sort of helping, right? I mean, I'm not charging you rent or anything.
Bravo, Sylvia. I like a woman who seeks credit where credit is due. As for allowing me to stay in your cramped roach den after you dismantled my livelihood, well, I'm sure your medal is in the mail.
Fair enough. So, what's next for you? You gotta seize on your momentum, right? Have you thought about advertising?
Oh no, I'm afraid that would be a grave mistake. This little operation of mine isn't entirely legal, after all.
Wait, what? Roxanne, you told me you were going legit.
I told you I was making use of my legitimate talents, and that's true. But this town and all its rules, it's positively tedious to do anything by the book. It's no wonder I became a con artist. And you know, I've run some pretty marvelous rackets over the years.
The potions con wasn't your first?
Oh, far from it. I cut my teeth several years ago on a pyramid scheme. A literal pyramid scheme, mind you. We claimed to be erecting one in the heart of the capital city. Investors were lining up. When that racket got too hot, I set up in another town and read fortunes for a while. I traced the lines of my clients' palms, pouring honey in their ears, while helping myself to the contents of their pockets. I'm quite dexterous with the tale, you know. By the time anyone caught on, I'd moved on to card games, counterfeiting, even a bit of light blackmail to keep things interesting.
I'm gonna have a heart attack. You're some kind of criminal mastermind.
Why, thank you. But I'm telling you, Sylvia, I've reformed. I'm barely doing anything wrong this time. However, to operate a business in this town, you're required to secure a business license.
I know all about it. It's not really such a hassle.
Easy for you to say. You were able to take the shortcut. Anyone with a degree from an accredited college is automatically issued a license to operate a business here. It's all part of some initiative to attract so-called talented people to RAFTA. Everyone knows you recently obtained your degree. You tend to bring it up every 5 minutes.
I'm not sure that's true.
Whereas I never had that particular opportunity.
All right, so the shortcut isn't an option for you. What's the normal procedure like?
Well, I'd have to pay a fee, submit some paperwork, and pass an exam of some sort.
Is that all? That doesn't sound so bad.
Are you certain? It all sounds perfectly tedious to me. Anyway, what's the point? If I get caught cutting corners, I'll just move on to the next racket.
I don't want you to leave, Roxanne. I'm beginning to enjoy your company.
I knew you'd get attached, but so quickly? You have a point, though. It would be interesting to see what might develop in my life. If I weren't forced to pull up stakes and move on every few months. All right, I'll do it. I'll get my license. And I'll look good doing it.
I should probably warn you, nobody looks good in their license photo.
Nonsense. The trick is to elongate your neck, smile with your eyes, and threaten the photographer with bodily harm.
看，哦，是蛮意外。昨天那一款竟然可以让你一次玩那么长一段时间。
是它本身游戏时速就很长，我选地图太大，那就算是小地图，那个也会玩很久。而且我昨天其实没有玩完。
玩，你本来是打算说一个下午就把它玩完了。
对啊。
哦。你觉得有可能吗？那个一个下午？
可以啊，它有一张图是比较干净的，没有那么多东西，没有那么多点可以踩，那个就很快，比较快，不是说很快。现在只是来看我这个存档的惨况，最后会多少？
我要在我这个地方努力的看能不能弄出一个完美的炼金炼金卡组。我把这副牌取名叫做帽子戏法，因为它跟炉石里面那个英雄战场里面有一个英雄能力很类似。然后这一套卡组可以基本上让一瓶药水的值增值到200%以上。你都是只要一瓶大概200多左右的药水，可以400多把它卖出去。当然，现在认真做一瓶好的药水来卖的话，大概就几3000那样子。一个晚上开一次店可以赚到2万3万，基本上不是问题。不过目前我手上的卡组要凑到像那个社群里面有人一瓶增值可以增值到1900多%的那个%数，这是不可能。我稍微去研究一下它的那个凑出来是弄那种他是买那个 DLC 下去的。那 DLC 里面至少他用 DLC 那边卡组，他这样子去增值，可以把一瓶药水增值到快2000%。没办法，想买那个 DLC， 但是那个 DLC 也是刚新出的，感觉有点贵。说到 DLC， 干，我今天早上看到那个 The Hunter， 他又要出新的狗出来了。我稍微看一下他的新的狗，他新的那个狗的设计好像是追踪猎物用的吧？
那我后来有去买那个
拉布拉多。
那个拟声器是还蛮不错的，但是应该会受那个压力影响，有点难。他就是看到生物之后，你去用它的拟声器在200公尺上下的地方加一个那个高架桥，三脚架，然后把你的拟声器放在距离它200公尺内，因为它的有效范围是200公尺，放进去放下去之后，再用远端让它叫完之后它就会慢慢靠近，然后你在那个三脚架上面就可以好好的打，只打大概1-2次之后，死了1-2次之后，因为压力的关系，是有点。而且是可以超近距离打的。如果可以把压力拿掉，那可能要去装火箭，直接把压力区拿出来。
很显然，他那个游戏其实针对于动物上的模拟，我觉得还是有很多问题在。可是每次玩这种卡牌类型，遇到海底捞他妈就好火了。你要的卡牌全部都集中在卡底，妈的，这个真的很讨厌。
That's all of them for now.
各国的难民全部逃到我国，我国是块净土，不过已经快被入侵。
What are you doing up so early?
Market research.
Vague, but uncharacteristically brief. That works for me.
Stick around, Sylvia. You might learn something. Ah, here we go.
Fair tidings.
Yikes! Anubia? Are you feeling all right?
Your potion has arrived within the promised time frame.
My what? What is happening right now?
Thank you for your business.
Wait a minute. Oswald, did you order a potion from the competition?
Like I said, market research. I wanted to learn a few things, such as how speedy Anubia's service is. Pay the drone now, won't you?
I will not.
And I wonder what happens if we don't pay.
Thank you for your business. You have an unpaid balance.
We may have found Anubia's weakness if her entire workforce is this mindless.
You have an unpaid...
Shush, Drone. We were just talking about how foolish your mistress is.
You might be onto something, Oswald. If nothing else... This dummy is perfect for practicing my festival trash talk.
Oh, I'm Anubia. I think I'm so great. But I'm really a big brat, and when I lose a festival, I'm gonna cry like a stupid baby. You Toad! How dare you speak to me thus?
Wait a minute. Anubia? I thought this thing was a mindless drone.
Less a drone than a husk. One I can inhabit at will. It's a useful talent. My eyes and ears are everywhere.
But that means you're spying on people? People let these things into their homes. They have no idea you can listen in whenever you like.
As if anyone here were at all interesting. But you're a fool if you think trading potions for coins is the path to success. The only truly valuable commodity in this world is data. Selling potions is a means to an end. It gets me into their homes, into their heads. And once I've learned all there is to learn about the people of Rafta, they will be my subjects in every way that matters.
You're a total megalomaniac. And if you think I'll stay quiet about this...
Tell whoever you like. See what good it does. My prediction? People will give up a little privacy for a little convenience. And I'm offering a great deal of convenience. Thank you for your business. May your purchase bring you contentment. Don't forget to rate your experience.
I'll rate my experience, all right. Unsettling, would not recommend. I mean, did you hear all that? She's a total creep, a monster. And she's wrong about people. Isn't she?
I hope so, Sylvia. I suppose we'll learn soon enough.
干比赛倒数2天，结果还有最后一瓶药我做不出来。那瓶药我一直没有办法做到完美的调和啊。
要输啦！看来是可以重来一局。 到 PS2 的怀抱。对啊，那款游戏是很不错，就是会玩的有点久。就算是一局快速的，应该也要4-5个小时以上。
所以它比较像，要么世纪帝国，要么文明帝国，反正就是那类型的那种国家策略这游戏那种。
是打那种星际大战的那种。它能用的东西比世纪帝国多太多了。它还有国家之间的合作或者是敌对的那种设定，然后还有一些额外的事件。像我那边会灭国，是因为我碰了虫洞，虫洞好像是碰了之后会有某些时段会有机会出现虫群，它那个虫群是超强，它的战力是超强。就因为我碰了虫洞之后，后面出现虫群，全部都被灭国。如果不碰虫群的话，这游戏可能还不会结束。如果不碰虫群，这游戏可能还可以再玩个1-2天，很久，超久。要打现实任务打30次，哦，好累啊！ 的任务。OK， 真难得，竟然出1人的现实任务。
哦，他妈的要中风啊！这游戏莫过于最恼火的部分就是剩下算数学部分，干。然后再把电脑的小算盘拿起来在那边算，不然他妈的那个算不知道算到民国几年。尤其是数字大那个东西，没有啊，其实也不一定要小算盘。他妈的，你有那个笔哦，你有纸跟笔也是可以，但是他妈的同样纸跟笔不知道到底要洗掉多少张。这一天出去，无论如何有没有拿到能调成一个完美的药，都要开始调了。能把它价格弄上去，价格能弄上去先弄上去啊！不，先达到它最低要求，先能达到它最低要求之后。剩下我就开始用炼金术把它练上去就好了。反正对我的帽子戏法而言，没有什么练不出来的钱，只有我不够，只有我觉得我不够。而且我一直都在给你用读档的方法。一方面测试那些卡组需要花时间，第二方面你弄出来、酿出来那些药全部都是钱啊！干那些都不知道全都是钱啊！幻怪最致命的问题点在于就是这游戏就是10天会做一次检定，你10天过去那个检定没有成功，那就是游戏结束。他被这种框架绑在那边，你每10天都一定要交出东西出来，你就没有办法，就是说让你去多试多尝试，因为你只要多试多尝试，你的代价就是你再从头来，你从头再玩一次。干他妈这会超级花时间，这我没办法。更何况我是可以玩资本主义难度，所以这些就算了吧。
还好，还是切实用刀，甚至场打一场只需要3到5分。
就是说，你知道，我其实注意到一个事情点，就是我已经不知道多久已经没有看到25它 Discord 那个灯亮起来，我已经很久没有看到25它上线。而我会发现这个问题点的前提是因为我礼拜天吧传了一个讯息在 Discord 上面，然后 tag 他，然后他到目前为止都没回。然后我那时候看的时候才发现，他好像的确有一段时间已经没有再出现在 Discord 上面，灯没有亮，然后也没有传讯息。那Steam上面最后一次上线是9天前，那他最后一次传讯息是双11那时候，9天前就刚好是双11那一天。你在想他是在重组他电脑在干嘛？那照理说，即使是重组他电脑，他手机应该也要会开才对啊，除非没网络。有了，我找到一个还蛮不错的东西了。但没有其他药了，可恶！没了，我真的没有完美配方哎。奇怪，那个药，
所有都会换兜就对了。
Now this is what I needed. A break from the shop and from the endless demands of customers. An opportunity to be pampered again. Why don't you join me for a manicure?
I'm not sure I see the point when we both wear gloves all day.
Ah, but that's the thing, Sylvia. We aren't doing this for other people. This is just for us. I asked for the Glitzkrieg treatment. Gold plating, embedded gemstones, and nails sharpened to a deadly point.
Wow, that is a lot.
Oh, this is nothing. Just wait until you see the pedicure I get tomorrow.
Tomorrow? You must really be rolling in dough.
If a life of uncertain fortunes has taught me anything, it's to spend it while you've got it. And I might not have it for long. I've got my eye on an upcoming pirate jamboree. The cover charge is extravagant, but stealing from other partygoers is encouraged, so who knows? I might come out ahead in the end.
Sounds pretty intense.
There's truly no party like a pirate party. They tend to be dark and claustrophobic, and the more bodies you cram on board, the hotter it gets. It's like a little slice of the underworld on the high seas. The only problem is I'll need someone to mind the shop while I'm away.
While you're away? How long is this party exactly?
Oh, it's impossible to predict. They can run for weeks.
Weeks? You can't just leave your business behind for that long. You'll lose all your customers. You'd have to start over from scratch. And don't you have an exam coming up? You're supposed to be getting your business license.
Maybe I've changed my mind. Maybe I'm not cut out for staying in one place.
Resisting temptation is a sign of strength. Consider this a test of your commitment.
A test, is it? I do have a bit of a competitive streak, you may have noticed.
Oh, I've noticed.
I suppose I've got something to prove, and I can best do it by maintaining and exceeding my current level of success. Even if it comes at the expense of a party or two. And since you're one of these customers I'm supposed to be bending over backward for, here you go. A coupon just for you.
Consider me a satisfied customer.
Think nothing of it. But I should head home now. I have responsibilities, after all.
Responsibility looks good on you. I'm sort of into it.
Don't get too used to it. I'm hoping it's just a phase. Besides, there will be other parties. Play your cards right, and maybe next time, I'll bring you along.
Sand rarely comes to mind for its utility as an artistic medium.
靠，为什么这个点跳？
对。
Which I say, for shame! Sand is miraculous. It can be molded to near any shape with ease. It is like water that holds its form, or molten metal that you can touch.
But it doesn't hold a shape for long. A sand sculpture wouldn't be very permanent.
And what is permanent? Eventually, wave or wind will return any sculpture to its base elements. With sand, that process is accelerated. This feels honest. It is a reminder of the great folly in chasing permanence of any kind. Besides, there is pleasure to be found in getting your flippers dirty. art is a work in progress, yes? Every artist struggles through the process of the creation. The important thing is to end strong. In haggling, too, save your greatest burst of enthusiasm for your closing argument. Say it with zeal. Buy it now, or regret it always!
I can do that!
Nicely done! Nicely done. We have come far together, Sylvia, don't you think? It was on this very stretch of sand that I first set foot to Rafta's shores. And now, here we are, trading techniques and making small artworks together.
It's romantic out here. I mean, if you can look past the gigantic, imposing kraken skull.
I find myself in agreement. The waves themselves whisper to me of your grace. Let us therefore pay no heed to that memento mori, that calcified calamari. Now is not the time for us to contemplate death. Now is the time to celebrate life through the art form known as poetry!
Poetry? Moktuk, do you write poetry?
Ah, when the mood strikes me. And last night, strike me it did!
Well, let's hear it.
Embers burning red, flaming forge of creation. Your hair is pretty. That's it! Haha! So, what do you think?
I loved it. Moktuk, is there anything you can't do?
I cannot play stringed instruments. You see, I have no fingers. But what was that? You loved it, you said? Then I am triumphant! Sylvia, it was your companionship that inspired me to write it. You have been very forward in your pursuit of friendship. And, I think, in your pursuit of something more, perhaps. I have long shirked romance, fearful that it might distract from my work. And yet, your presence is no distraction. It is the farthest thing from distraction. Sylvia, you inspire me at every turn. Romance, ambition, artistic fulfillment. Is it possible for one walrus to have it all? With you, I dare to think it might be possible.
Oh, it's possible. I want to make all your dreams come true. Especially the dream where you have an amazing girlfriend by your side.
Well, how embarrassing for me to lure you here with promises of poetry. Only to find myself at a loss for words.
I know you like to shout, but maybe there are times when it's okay to be a little quiet.
You're right, of course you are. Silence is best when appreciating such an exquisite piece of art.
You mean me? Or that statue over there?
You're beautiful, Sylvia. And if you let me, I should like to tell you so. Every day.
Is it okay if I multitask while we chat? It's just some mindless clerical work. In fact, if you want to chip in, 6 hands are always better than 4. Wait, hold up! Oh my wow, look at that! There's a typo on here. I guess these are useless, unless I want the whole town asking me what a marketing guru is. But I guess this means we can just chill? Let me get you a refreshment. Do you prefer coffee or tea?
I could go for some coffee.
Yum, my fave! But do you want actual coffee or a coffee-based beverage?
Just coffee is fine.
Are you in the mood for a full-body Robusta? Or a milder blend?
Let's go all the way. Robusta.
Milk? Sugar? I like mine with a dollop of maple syrup. Yum. I'm salivating just thinking about it. Oh, no. Oh, Sylvia, I am such a goof. I totally forgot my kettle is broken. I hope water is okay.
Sure.
You know how it is. Running a business all by yourself. It uses every single part of your brain. Often all at once.
Save some room for thoughts of me in that busy noggin of yours. I'd hate to be forgotten.
Forget you? Forget that! I've got a whole section of cortex roped off for you. I am a planner by nature. With as much as we have going on in our lives, planning ahead is critical. But even the best laid plans can be like a bright light that beckons you toward disaster. We have no choice but to be flexible at times. Winging it can be a little stressful, sure, but sometimes it's the best move available.
I can think on my toes when I need to.
And you know what helps with that? Sugar! Would you like something sweet? I have macarons, macaroons, little gummy things, sour little gummy things, some chocolate-covered gelatinous cubes.
只能用相似指路。 卡着我要的时间太久了吧。
就轻松的吃。枪刃玩的好累。
我就可以读档了，一来就可以直接上负面 buff 之后，再给你加10%压力下去，然后他妈我那压力一下去，4张牌抽了三张压力牌，这是压力牌抽的几率只有10%而已。感觉救不回来，靠腰啊！他一开始就可以施压那个超级大的压力，这个一开始就打不动啊。看遇到婊子，他妈的！算了，我觉得吃完饭再继续好了。我已经先关了，晚点再继续开。